Thanks for staying with us at STL Live. I'm Sarah Bernard, and my guests are Emily Howard and Doug Nikrent of PGAV Destinations right here in St. Louis. You guys have a really cool, I'm super enthralled, if you can't tell, but architectural firm, I guess if that's how you describe it, to design museums and amusement parks, SeaWorld, huge aquariums in China and Atlanta, so lots of amazing, super fun jobs. You guys must never be able to quite turn it off, the ideas. So, but let's talk about an exciting project that's coming right here to St. Louis soon that you guys are designing. So tell us about that, Emily.
Yeah, so the St. Louis Aquarium at Union Station, and it will open next year. We're really looking forward to it. And it's the story of the fishes in the Missouri and Mississippi, but it really takes you on a journey throughout the fishes of the world. And it's housed in St. Louis Union Station, which is, as you know, a beautiful piece of architecture. Yeah. And it has challenges, but it's a lot of fun too, to be able to bring new life to that beautiful building.
Yeah, so in that building has been many different things, and most recently we know it as a shopping destination, primarily shopping, sure. Restaurants, that kind of thing. So it's kind of, besides the hotel, there's not a lot going on because I think it's getting ready for this aquarium. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is it going to fill that space, or is it a segment of it?
It will fill most of where the mall used to be.
Okay, so it's going to be large.
It's pretty large. Yeah, it'll be over 120,000 square feet. It's on a couple levels. But then there's also space for some other merchants inside, some conservation ideas, and then they're also developing the exterior as well. So it's an entire complex that'll happen at Union Station. It's really exciting.
So are you both involved with this? Doug,
Yes.
You are with on the exhibit side. So how long, so 2019 is when it's going to debut, it's going to open its doors. How long have you all been working on this project? I can imagine a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. I would say probably about a year we've been working on it. And we still aren't totally complete with the design. Okay. They have started construction already, and we're racing to catch up with them. But yeah, we'll be finished with design in a matter of months, and then we'll be ready to go.
So construction has started on the parts that you know aren't going to change, obviously.
Right, hopefully. Demolition and some underground. Right.
Okay. In the meantime, the designers are hard at work wrapping it up. And then Doug, with the exhibit work that you do, when do you? I'm sure you've already been well entrenched, and you're working on this as well as the broader plans are being developed. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, we start at the earliest levels because we have to understand and help develop the storytelling, how we want to go about telling the story that's unique to the St. Louis Aquarium. And this is a great one because it's got a little bit of the railroad story and Union Station. It's got a lot of the history and culture of the St. Louis area and the river culture that we have. And then it expands into this whole world of the undersea world throughout the world. So it's a great expansive story, and we have to be there at the beginning to help craft that so that we can tell it in a wonderful way.
And as you do your research, I can imagine you probably learn things that maybe you didn't know. Is that true about this project being a St. Louisan?
Absolutely.
So there's
every project we work on, you literally learn something new every day when you go into work.
So can you share with us some of those surprises or new things that you didn't know about, or big aha moments through this process?
I'm always enthralled with catfish.
Okay, I am too. They're huge.
Yeah, they're huge, and they're a big part of the culture of the rivers. They have this sort of cultural iconic presence to them that.
And they look really scary, but they're really not, right? Do you know anything about that? You probably do.
Yeah, they're really not that scary, but they do look scary.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. So there's going to be a catfish element to the exhibits then, and a story to be told about that.
I'm sure.
Yeah, very good. And what about you, Emily? Any big surprises?
I've really enjoyed learning about Union Station itself and what it meant to St. Louis.
Yeah.
So that was eye-opening to me too. I'm not a native St. Louisan. I've lived here most of my life now, but learning about that was really amazing. And then bringing that story and that culture into the guest experience at the aquarium, which is really important because we're using animals to also tell a cultural story, but that overlay of the river, the building, the trains, that all kind of came together, and it'll be really fun and exciting.
It'll be interesting to see how you bring all those different elements together. So thank you both so much for coming.
Thank you.
So appreciate it. You have to come back and share some of the pictures as it is as it's developing, I guess, in the next year. So for more information, visit pgavdestinations.com. And there's more STL Live after this. Stay with us.